935-6004. New Health, bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare since 1978. And by Fired Up Pizza. Fired Up Pizza, located at 206 East Main Avenue in downtown Chewelah, offers craft beverages and brick oven fired pizza, including a variety of sandwiches, salads, pasta, and homemade soups. Featuring weekly events such as bingo, karaoke, and live music. Fired Up Pizza also has space for your private event and offers both in-house and off-site catering services. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. for lunch and dinner. For more information, visit their Facebook page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Good morning, it's the KCHW Morning Show. Can you hear me with the mask on, Scott?
No, sir.
All right, I'll take the mask off. Good.
Yeah, wear it like that.
Good morning.
It's like a pizza tray on your head, Chuck.
Right? I love it. That's
it's a bonus for anybody on YouTube or Facebook or
That's my costume. I am a table. Good morning. It is your KCHW Morning Show. It is Thursday, October 31st. You know what means that? You know what day it is today, Scott?
It's Halloween.
It is Halloween. I'm excited. Are you excited about today?
It is my favorite holiday of the year.
It is the best holiday of the year, Scott. It is.
Yes, I took off my mask just for the show.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad. You sound a little hoarse today, Scott.
It's okay.
All right.
I like how my devil mask, the mouth moves.
That's pretty great.
Yeah,
You
awesome.
Did you get that custom made?
I did. It's digital.
There you go.
I'm actually not real, Chuck. I'm an AI.
That makes sense. I've suspected that for a long time, Scott.
All right. Good morning.
Yeah.
How's things going this morning? What's the weather?
The weather, we've got it's rainy this morning, but it's supposed to clear up a little bit this afternoon.
No. No, he's right. Periods of rain this morning, a 92% chance of it, high 43 today. But it is supposed to clear off this afternoon, just in time for Boo Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Cloudy skies over the evening hours. There could be a little bit of light rain, 37 for an overnight low. Friday, more of the same, 43 and 40, 80% chance of rain. Saturday, 45 and 32. Showers, 64% chance. Sunday, 47 and 28 with a partly cloudy day. Back to the rain for Monday, possibly mixed with snow with a daytime high of 44 and an overnight low of 31. High temperature in Lincoln, Maine today. Any guesses, Chuck?
38 degrees.
74.
70. What?
74. Massive heat wave crawling up the East Coast. Going to set records all the way up. I didn't go on and actually see where it's blowing in from, but yeah, we were 48 yesterday. We're 74 tomorrow, 71 on Friday, and then 47 and 23 for the high and low on Saturday. What a change. This is going to like put you into shock.
That is wild. Wow.
So, yeah, great day here to get out and finish up anything in the yard that you might have missed. So
I mean,
that's my plan.
As much as I do love the cool fall weather, that would be pretty nice.
Yeah, well, reprieve for at least a couple days. So there's weather forecast for Chihuahua and a little bit of Maine. And Chuck, are you ready with what the kids are eating for breakfast and lunch?
You know, I am. I totally am, Scott. I seriously mean I am. Okay, so today
as he delays for time.
Today for breakfast, there's a cold variety of cereal, or a parfait, or French toast, or that super bakery bread. And then for lunch, we have, again, I totally have that lunch menu up here. It is loading. It's loading. There we go. So for lunch today, we have, this sounds interesting, lasagna soup. And to fend off those vampires, we have garlic toast and fruit and veggies.
Wow.
There you go.
Garlic toast.
Hey, kids, go out and talk to all the neighbors. Good thing you're wearing a mask.
Right. We'll move on to that community calendar. And, of course, the big deal today is the Boo Fest.
Yeah.
Chuck, do you have the details on the Boo Fest?
I do. I totally have that up, Scott. No.
All right.
No, so Boo Fest is happening from 3:30 to 5:30. It's downtown. There's all kinds of things going on. All the businesses are going to be handing out candy. There is a competition for the business that has the best candy. I believe there's usually somebody in the top of that every year. Let's see if they get dethroned this year. I don't know if they will or not. The Chihuahua Creative District is hosting the costume contest. That's going to be at the Aaron Huff Memorial Center. The whole time we'll be doing a photo shoot. You'll get your picture taken, and then we'll get those announcements probably made in the next couple days on who that winner is with chamber bucks for prizes. Let's see what else we have here. So yeah, I'm not even going to begin to list all the businesses participating because it's pretty much everybody. But if you go onto the Chamber of Commerce website or their calendar, there is a map that has everybody on there and everybody listed.
All right. I'm just waving at people while you're talking.
That makes sense. I thought
because it's kind of freaky to be going into work going, wow, I'm really shocked the devil waved at me today.
I know, right?
Yeah. That devil Scott.
So yeah, so that's pretty much the details of Boo Fest. It's going to be a good one though. Hopefully the weather will be nice enough. I know I'm going to dress warm. It might not be a bad idea. It's supposed to be dry, but chilly. And then tonight, what was that weather tonight, Scott? It's going to be in the 30s.
There's a chance of light rain.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 30s, upper 30s, so chilly.
And I don't know if that's changed since yesterday, but yesterday it was saying that rain shouldn't return till after midnight. So maybe we'll be okay.
Cross our fingers.
And you can stay tuned right here tonight on KCHW while you're trick or treating, or while you're at home and all the kids are trick or treating, or driving around in your car. At 8:00, the original 1939 airing of War of the Worlds is going to be playing here. A resurrected Halloween tradition.
It is a Halloween tradition.
Yes. So
All
yeah,
right, you're gonna follow that up with some spooky music.
Yeah. Followed up by an hour of the spookiest music you've ever heard. Or actually, a lot of them are pretty classics. But it's gonna be a good night. I'm looking forward to it.
More Halloween fun from Bradley's Taekwondo, right? From 5 to 8 tonight.
Yes, that's right.
The Haunted Path.
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually,
Right.
theirs isn't even on the calendar. That is the Curse of the Pharaoh haunted house that's going to be at Bradley's Taekwondo. You can bring some food items for the food bank for a discount on those tickets. The Haunted Path is actually at 710 West Valley Avenue, which is also a fundraiser for Bradley's Taekwondo. And
But for the little ones, right?
Yeah, that's for the little ones. It's not quite as scary. I've been through the Bradley's Taekwondo one a couple of times. It's really good.
right.
They went all out this year, and I keep joking with Sam that she's gonna have to quit doing the dojo and just make it a full-time haunted house. Because
that Haunted Path, it said it's kids friendly, family oriented.
Yep.
Candy free options available. So
Exactly.
710 West Valley Avenue.
Exactly. Thank you. And I got
Okay.
I got away from the calendar here, Scott. Why did I get away from the calendar?
I don't know. Why?
Man.
Looks like a light weekend after tonight.
Yeah, thank goodness. So then tomorrow morning, the Tooele Chamber of Commerce meeting is at the casino from 7 to 8 a.m. Then adult pickleball, they have moved. Now they are back in the old middle school gym for the winter. Ooh, that really solidifies it, doesn't it? That makes it feel like, okay, it's
Official.
Winter. It's official. Pickleball is now moved indoors. Summer is over, folks.
Oh, man.
Sorry to tell you. And let's see, on Sunday, I know we have the Blues and Brews Jam, hosted by the Dinosaurs. That's Fired Up Pizza from, where are we here? 4 to 7 p.m. And then Sunday as well, the Tribal Artisan Day is at the Casino Hotel, the Mississauga Hotel, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that is where they'll have tribal artists coming and showing off their wares and selling their stuff and just displaying what they have. Let's see what it has here. Okay, it's to celebrate National Native American Heritage Month, and they're featuring works of local tribe artisans who will be on site selling and showcasing their unique and authentic goods. There you go.
All right. If that's it for the calendar, I got a few news headlines this morning.
That is it. Not much going on other than outside of tonight. Beautiful.
All right, we'll start off with some sports, actually, because the Los Angeles Dodgers claimed their 8th World Series win and their first in a full season since 1988 with a 4-1 series victory over the Yankees after Game 5 in the Bronx. Ooh. Trailing by 5 runs, the Dodgers stayed a fifth inning comeback to tie the game and then take the lead, ultimately defeating the Yankees 7-6. Let's see, Dodgers slugger Freddie Freeman took home the World Series MVP title after a historic home run. And earlier this year, Shohei Ohtani notched the long-sought record of 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases. Fans hit the streets in downtown L.A., setting off fireworks and chanting. Dodgers will hold their first championship parade in 36 years tomorrow. They've waited so long for this one fan said. And then on a sadder note, a story that is related to this one, fans hit the streets afterwards and got into huge clashes and fires as hostility broke out on the streets in LA. Surprise, surprise. No. Exactly.
Why do you celebrate by
torching cars?
Yeah,
flipping them over. I don't
understand.
It's one of those things they say only in LA.
I think people just want to do that stuff and are just looking for an excuse.
Yes, yes. All right, moving on. In Wisconsin, Donald Trump said Vice President Harris's gross incompetence disqualified her from being president. He wore an orange trash collector's vest in a reboot to President Biden's garbage remarks. All right. And that's kind of sad that, Biden should just leave well enough alone and stay out of the race. But he goes on the air to talk about what Trump said, gets tongue-tied, and ends up calling Trump supporters garbage.
Ooh.
But it was totally an accident. He was literally trying to talk about what Trump had said, saying that Puerto Rico was an island of garbage.
Right.
And got tongue-tied and messed it all up, which is a sign it's good he's going.
Well, yeah.
But of course, the other side's going to grab onto that. Go, look, he called you garbage. And that's not what actually happened. All right, new government data shows that despite predictions that the U.S. was headed for a recession, U.S. economy grew by almost 3% in the last quarter, largely driven by consumer spending. That's right, we love our stuff. U.S. confirmed North Korea troops wearing Russian uniforms were on their way to Ukraine yesterday as North Korea test-fired a banned intercontinental ballistic missile in the longest flight recorded yet. Scary stuff, especially if they put nukes on them.
Wow.
Starbucks announced that it will no longer charge extra for non-dairy milk options starting November 7th. The change comes after years of complaints from vegan and lactose-intolerant customers. I wish I had a sound effect.
Right?
All right, sorry.
Just get... Give us a minute. We'll work one up.
All right. Golden Bachelorette. There was a surprising self-elimination that left Joan Vassos in tears and her last two suitors remaining. Meanwhile, the Love is Blind reunion addressed drama on and off the camera. Ooh. All right. Golden Bachelorette.
Is that your favorite show, Scott?
I'm looking for one, yes.
No, is that your favorite show, The Golden Bachelorette?
Yes, right now it is. No, it's not. But the kids do like to watch it, and they keep threatening me they're going to try to get me on there. And I said, you know what? You have to have money. Who's going to pick me? Unless they had a filthy rich golden bachelorette that didn't care, that'd be okay.
Oh, yeah. Right. Well, hey, that hair is golden, Scott.
I am not one of those guys. I'm totally okay being supported by a woman.
Right? No.
Especially if she can pick me up.
Right? Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I don't think mine could pick me up, but she is much
Okay.
smarter than I am.
All right. I digress. Back to sports.
Okay.
In hockey, Make Believes face off against the Kraken at 7 p.m. Eastern on ABC. I think I need to do that one in my Halloween voice. The Maple Leafs face off against the Kraken. 7 p.m. Eastern, ABC.
I swore you said the Make Believes face off against the Kraken. I'm like, man, they'll just let them, these new franchise teams, they'll just name them anything, won't they?
The Make Believe.
Yeah.
The Maple Leafs.
Yes. The Make Believe Krakens.
And nobody will be watching it because we'll all be out trick-or-treating. Texas play the Jets, 8:15 p.m. Eastern on Amazon Prime Video. Men's basketball, Suns take on the Clippers, 10:30 Eastern on NBA TV. And that does it for those stories. Couple other ones that I picked up that you might want to know about. This one, very, very sad. Denny's gearing up to close nearly 150 stores nationwide.
Oh, Denny's. Where will I get my moons over my hammy?
That's right. You know, and the problems that Denny's has had as a restaurant over their first few years, I'm going to say is management problems because over the past decade, there has been a huge lack of marketing for Denny's, period. Even seeing commercials or anything like that. You got, you know, if you want your business to be successful, you got to keep it top of mind.
Right. And
Advertising doesn't guarantee people are going to come through the doors, but it does keep you top of mind so that when they go, gosh, I want some breakfast. Hey, let's go to Denny's. You know, same kind of thing.
yeah, I would imagine their clientele is kind of aging out as well.
What?
Yeah, no,
What are you trying to say, Chuck?
I don't think Denny's is a hot spot for the millennials and the Zers.
I don't know. At 2:00 in the morning, Denny's is a hot spot for everybody.
That's true, but none of them are open 24 hours anymore. They all closed.
There's their problem right there.
That's what kept Denny's alive. With the only place to eat at 3 a.m.
Well,
So.
well, they did it to themselves then.
Right. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but
Now we got to talk about Elon Musk. I'm sorry. All right.
Okay.
This is important for people to know, though. You need to know this. You should have known it before you cast your vote if you voted by mail. But you need to know this. CEO Elon Musk succeeds in getting Donald Trump elected next week. He's warning that he'll use his new powers. This is Elon Musk. To cause drastic shocks to the economy, resulting in hardship for many Americans. Musk said during a virtual town hall on his social media platform, we have to reduce spending to live within our means. He says if Trump is elected, he's vowed to put Musk in charge of a government efficiency commission. Musk
has destroyed
allowing the executive to plow through government agencies like a wrecking ball. Problem I have with this, so Elon Musk came out a day after he announced that his company was going all in and putting all their focus on robo-taxis. The next day he came out and said, oh, by the way, all you people that bought Tesla cars, my automatic driving feature is never going to work. And he's not going to fix it.
Wow.
Yes. And I mean, add that into the whole debacle for people with Cybertrucks and all the problems they're going to, you hear about daily. Add to that the astronomy agencies being up in arms because of all the debris he's leaving in Earth orbit with his failed rockets and his failed satellites. To me, this is somebody we can't we can't trust to take a wrecking ball to the federal government, but might need to happen. All right, his town hall must promise to balance the budget immediately, and something that will result in Americans being upset, and that's going to hurt them in the wallet. It involves some temporary hardship, he warned, but it will ensure long-term prosperity. So apparently, he thinks he's already got a job in the Trump presidency.
I don't understand worshiping these failed businessmen. They destroy every company they touch over and over. Every time they take over something new, it gets destroyed.
Or they get sued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we worship them because they're on paper worth money.
Yeah, because they're not politicians.
It's gross.
But
it's really
are they
gross.
any better? I just, it's like I say, I cannot trust a millionaire or add on to that a felon that they are going to have my best interests at parts. I think trusting somebody that's obviously done criminal activity, to trust that that person is going to put money in my pocket is a fool's dream.
But if you ask me, just being a billionaire alone is a moral failure. It's hoarding. Wealth is a finite resource. There's only so much to go around, and they're hoarding it. And imagine the good you could do in the world with that kind of money, and instead they just sit on it like dragons hoarding their hoard.
Exactly. Oh, that's a good analogy. Dragons. I like that. Good job, Chuck.
Gross. Dolly Parton has made more money than any woman in the world. But her net worth isn't even in the top, 10%, because
she gives so much away.
She takes what she needs and she uses the rest for good, which you can't say about most of these billionaires.
Yeah, very, very true. All right, that's all the news headlines I have, Chuck. And if you're ready, we can move on to bits and breaks and open up with a few jokes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so it looks like we're gonna have a cold winter, Scott.
No.
Yeah. I saw a squirrel filling a hole in a tree with cups of McDonald's coffee.
They like it too, I hear. So
that joke doesn't make any sense. It'll be cold in an hour.
And my new neighbor, Chuck, he's not talking to me again. He came over to borrow my leaf blower, and I told him he ought to use his blow dryer since he doesn't look like he needs it anymore.
Oh, was that directed at me, Scott?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
I mean, my eyebrows sometimes get out of control.
Right. Chuck's got some signs we're too old for trick-or-treating. Is that aimed at me, Chuck?
Yes, it is, Scott. Yes, it is. So, Scott, you're too old to trick-or-treat when you get winded from knocking on the door?
You get winded from going up the stairs, too.
Right? When you have to ask the neighbor kid to chew the candy for you.
ABC gum, baby.
When you knock on the door and ask for high-fiber candy.
Yeah. Do you have any of those Fiber One bars?
Yeah. Maybe a nice energy bar. I could use it. When someone drops a candy bar in your bag, you lose your balance and fall over.
Whoa!
Oh, man. When you have to carefully choose a costume that won't dislodge your hairpiece.
Oopsie.
I never thought about that, Scott. Maybe I should get one of those. No. And the last one here, when you're the only Batman in the neighborhood using a walker.
Oh, wow. That's painful. All right, Chuck, how do you fix a broken pumpkin?
Or your Batmobile is a hover-round. Oh.
Batmobile chair. That'd be awesome.
Hey, I don't know. How do you fix a broken pumpkin, Scott?
With a pumpkin patch.
Oh.
Yeah, I did it. Another joke.
Okay, so a devout cowboy lost his favorite Bible while he was mending fences out on the range. 3 weeks later, a cow walked up to him, carrying the Bible in its mouth. He couldn't believe his eyes and took the precious book out of the cow's mouth, raised his eyes to the heavens, and exclaimed, "It's a miracle!" "Not really," said the cow. "Your name is written on the inside cover." Wow.
All right, Chuck, I got some important tips for you before you head to the polls. Things to keep in mind. This might be stolen. Maybe not.
Maybe.
If at all possible, Chuck, vote before work. That way you can make smug comments to non-voters all day long.
I've already voted about a week and a half ago. Yeah.
Electronic voting machines are complicated, but don't worry. Octogenarians, is that how you say it?
Octogenarians? Yeah.
Yeah, there are going to be a lot of them on hand to troubleshoot any technological problems that might arise. Yeah, if you're having problem with your voting and have questions, us gray hairs can help.
Oh, man. Speaking of, if you are a younger person and your polling area doesn't has in-person voting, why don't you go ahead and volunteer to help those polling places?
Yeah.
They need people badly. Yep.
Yes. All right, if your election official hooks you up to a machine via a needle in your arm, you're actually donating blood. All right, and for you Tuesday people, next Tuesday, tips for those on the go. Voting a straight ticket can save you up to 15 seconds. Right. Remember to take the day off to vote. You can just take next Tuesday off.
Yep,
The day before, you need the day before too. Monday, go ahead and take that off because you're going to need it to psych yourself up for voting. And the morning after on Wednesday, you're probably going to need to get sober.
Well, it sounds like you might need that for about the next week or so after this one. They're predicting it's going to be really close, and we might not know the winner for quite a while.
Yeah. It's been like that for a while now, where the America's like divided right down the middle. Marjorie Taylor Greene might have had it right, where we just divide the country in half, and half us take one side and half the other.
Oh,
maybe not.
that's
All right,
a bad idea.
but we can't agree on that. There are 3 things Chuck has that we can all agree on. If we can't agree on who to vote for, what to do with America, there are 3 things I guarantee we can all agree on.
Well, we do all agree that French fries are bad for us, but they taste amazing.
Yes.
The Pringles can needs to be widened.
Yes.
That one, I don't know about that one, because then the Pringles would just roll around in there, right? You'd need wider Pringles then, which would defeat the purpose of. Well, I guess
you need a Pringles upgrade.
I would be okay with just straight, flat, round Pringles in a bigger can.
Ooh, okay.
Just flatten them out. Yeah. All right. Social media is nice, but we don't need as many of them as we have.
Yeah, we could do without that X thing.
How do we keep up?
Threads, Facebook. No, we like Facebook because we broadcast there. Truth Social for sure. That can go.
Definitely.
So the false valuation going on with some stocks when they start out, which is where Truth Social is. They valued it yesterday as being more valuable than Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. But X has millions and millions and millions of worldwide users. Truth Social has like 600,000.
Wow.
So even Threads by Meta, even that is just blown it away. But now it dropped hugely yesterday, but there was a big increase in stock on Truth Social from Trump supporters right before the election. It took it up from about 5 billion to 8 billion in value, perceived value, in about a week. And then yesterday, massive sell-off took it back to about 6 billion.
How if it only has 600,000 people on it? How could it possibly be worth that much money?
It's not. And you take a company like X. Last year they made $14 billion. Truth Social made 1.6. And actually claimed to have lost like $4 billion last year. And I mean, your wife does websites. I've done websites before. I know how that stuff works. And I know that sites that have individual accounts are a lot bigger, take up a lot of server space.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee you that there is no way possible to spend $4 billion on a website in a year. There is no way possible. There's some huge... If a company says that, there's money laundering going on. There's something shady. There is no way it costs $4 billion a year to run a website.
It's not possible.
Not possible.
No.
So it's all fake.
I mean, a website attached to an actual business, maybe, but that's not when it's just the website. Yeah.
No.
When it's just a service. No.
You talk to any person, they'll tell you it is impossible for that kind of money to roll through.
Yeah.
Especially with 600,000 users.
Right.
With free accounts. Come on. All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on. And I'll quit whining and talk about what I thought about in the shower this morning, which is a lot more fun.
That's what I always wonder about, Scott.
Oops.
My bad.
Wow. Whoopsie daisy.
Oops.
Silly me.
Oops. I did it again, baby.
In the shower.
Yeah.
Is that my comment, or you in the shower?
First one. If aliens were to monitor Earth, they might find dogs and cats more fascinating to observe than humans, given the extent to which we care and cater to them.
Well, they must be the boss, right?
That's right. All right. People would pay more attention to car alarms if they seemed like someone screaming in distress.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Maybe, probably not, actually.
This is one for you, Chuck, because you're such a deep thinker. Everyone knows what soups and sauces are, but no one knows exactly what point becomes where a sauce becomes a soup or vice versa. Chuck?
I have no idea. That's a good question, Scott. Maybe it's the heat, the ingredients. I don't. Wow,
All right.
that's a deep thought, Scott.
All right. You will find as you go throughout life, nobody's normal if you get to know them well enough.
Thank goodness for that.
It's so weird.
You're so weird.
I know.
Can't believe you're so.
Yeah, it's so weird. You only know you've fallen asleep once you wake up.
Oh, unless you're one of those lucid dreamers. You ever look into that?
No.
I've always wished I could do that. There's people that can actually be self-aware of themselves in their dreams and actually control their own dreams. I would love that.
I think that involves drugs.
Possibly.
Okay. People are eager to tell you if your shoelaces are untied, but reluctant to tell Chuck when his fly is open.
Just tell me, okay?
Something I never figured out, and I guess it's good for me. The taller you get, the more challenge it becomes to get a piggyback ride.
Aw. Aw. Hey, Scott.
Yes.
What's your best physical feature?
Got to be the hair.
I think I would say so. I mean, I don't know if I'd call that your best, but it's definitely your most pronounced.
Well, I've got no muscles. Got no muscles. Got a beer belly. I'm 58. That means my butt has totally disappeared.
It just drops from back to floor.
No, it just like totally disappears. Yeah, it's from the tailbone to the floor, baby.
Yeah. You just,
And
your legs are attached directly to the belly button.
yeah, the skin's old and wrinkly. So, but the hair, it's fantastic. So I'll stick with the hair.
All right. So these are results of a survey of adults that reveal that nearly a third of us think that our eyes are our best physical feature. Some other numbers are 1% think their arms. I don't know.
1%.
I've got those like bat wings, like like the old ladies with the bat wings on their arms. I've got those. Yeah, not good. Hair, 10% of us. So you're in the small number there, Scott. Our stomach or midsection, I definitely not proud of mine. Our backside, once again, I'm kind of in the same club as you, Scott. It's just not there anymore. Our lips, 11%. Okay. 12% of us say our legs. 13% of us say our chest. And 32% say our eyes.
The eyes win.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I'd have to be in the eyes category there.
I find a lot of women are jealous of my chest.
Same. Especially in middle school.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. I know it'll come up tomorrow again.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to save what November has in store for us tomorrow for November 1st? Because I could totally skip this.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's skip that one.
Okay. All right. That might be good. That might be good for your Friday show.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Then we move on, Chuck. Weird compliments you have received. Oh, I like to hear these.
Oh. So you want me to do this one?
Yes.
Okay. So, sorry. So, Scott, do you have in your mind what the weirdest compliment you've ever received is?
No, but one thing that's kind of sad, I've never been complimented on how short I am.
Hey, Scott.
No one's ever said, Scott, wow, you're barely over 5 feet. That's awesome. It must be so nice.
Scott, your height is perfect for selecting the most popular cereal brands.
Why is that?
Because they're in the middle shelf.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, as long as we don't fall off the shelf and crush me.
Yeah, like those compliments, and people give you the compliment, and you have to stop and think in your head, is that a compliment? I don't know.
My mom was excellent at veiled compliments that were actually insults.
Thank you, I guess.
You're so lucky you can wear shoes like that.
Yeah, right. Wow.
Because they're huge. Not the shoes, your feet.
Yeah. Oh, so these are some off the internet, off social media. Someone told this person their nostrils were a nice size.
Because they're easy for fingers.
I can see that. Yeah. A 5-year-old kid once told me he liked me because I looked like a cartoon. Wow.
Right.
That's not, I mean, I can think of worse things than that. At least you look friendly and approachable, I guess. A random woman on a train said, your cough sounds really nice.
Hey, baby. Hi.
That was not a nice one. Next one here, you walk like a cat. Okay. Last one here, this person says, one time I was at the doctor for some lower back pain getting an ultrasound. The tech looked me dead in the eye and said, you have really nice kidneys. They're very plump.
I have a fresh bottle of wine. Lucky me. Wow. All right. Anybody giving you a compliment that really made you shake your head?
I'm sure they have. I know they have. I just can't think of any specific ones off the top of my head. But I know there have been lots of times when you kind of walk away scratching your head like, was that? What? What?
That's when you can't decide and you finally go, well, I'm going to take it as a compliment.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? I'm just going to move along. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. To go along with that, I've got another one. It's called when to say sorry and when not to apologize. Okay. So these are the times you should say, sorry, Chuck.
Okay.
When you crossed a boundary.
Sorry.
Maybe inappropriate touching or violating someone's personal space.
Yeah. Inappropriate touching, of course.
You become aware that someone felt hurt by an action of yours.
Yes, definitely.
You were mistaken about something. That's a tough one for people.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I've had multiple conversations about this recently with some. There's sometimes when even if somebody is mistaken, sometimes it's best to just let them go with the mistake and not try to prove them wrong.
Because that can cause even worse.
Yeah.
So leave it to them to figure out they were wrong and apologize for being mistaken about something.
Yeah. They generally, if you're the one proving they're wrong, they're not going to apologize for it.
Things to not apologize for. Taking up space, even if you take up a lot of it.
Yep.
Consuming resources, even if you consume a lot of them.
That one to an extent, I think.
All right. Chuck, never apologize for existing.
Sorry,
I'm here. For expressing yourself, for asking for something, for asserting yourself, for putting yourself first, for being different. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Different. Never apologize for disappointing others.
It
I
depends.
think that depends. Was the disappointment you caused because of a lack of effort on your part?
Right. Or was it like, not doing your job or, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
But I was putting myself first before my job, Scott.
Hey, never with radio can you do that. Just saying. I never apologize for choosing what works for you, for saying no, for saying yes, for being happy, for being sad, for being upset, for having needs, for having feelings, for having wants. Well, it depends on what those are. Yeah. And never apologize just for being.
No.
Wow.
Oh.
All right, the last couple ones I had, let's skip the next schmarmy one. And this one might be kind of fun to wrap it up with. We can pick out a few of them and go back and forth, Chuck. Things that society accepts that are actually kind of weird. All right. You see one in there, Chuck, that just like jumps out at you as like, this is really dumb.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Things that society accepts that are actually weird.
I'm going to jump all the way to number 4 here. And this one I've never really fully understand. Being a legal adult at 18, but you're unable to rent a car, unable to buy alcohol, and you can join the Army.
Yeah, it makes my 19-year-old kiddo really upset.
And I've always thought like if I guess even in the military I can understand the alcohol issue, but also at the same time, especially if you're if it's wartime, man, give that person a drink. Maybe your military ID could function as your alternate ID.
Ooh, yeah, it should. It should give you a pass.
And I
Got
think,
out or killed, you ought to be able to drink a beer.
right, and I think you could step that one up to medical care. I mean, I know we could go on about medical care for forever, but with all the problems we have with the VA system, why not use your military ID as your insurance card at any medical facility in the country? That becomes your military, your insurance basically. And you walk in, show me your military ID, boom, you're covered. I think that'd be an easy, simple
good
solution.
ideas.
Yeah,
there's some good ideas. All right, I'm going to run with number 5 because things society accepts that are actually very weird, allowing a convicted criminal to run for president of the United States, especially when you can't do that at the state level. How did that get missed in federal law?
when you can vote for the person that can't vote.
Yeah, he can't even vote for himself. This is insanity.
It really is. Absolutely insane.
Will you do the next one? I'm coughing.
Yeah. So trapping people with disabilities in poverty instead of helping them, then punishing them if they have 1 cent over the measly $2,000 they're allowed. So yeah,
true.
There's this vicious cycle of the poverty cycle where you get trapped in these benefits, and if you go even the tiniest bit over, there's no sort of like cool down period where you transition. There's no ability to make anything above that amount so you can actually have a decent life. That's the cutoff. Boom, 1 cent over that, you're done.
And I understand why that's happened is because people would abuse that system.
Right.
Take assistance money when they didn't need it, or maybe secretly had an under the table job. So they had to put in those kind of things as a protection, but they should have developed a plan to get out of it, because once you end up on Social Security disability, Social Security insurance. Once you're on something like that, let's say you're a single mom with a bunch of kids, and there is no ladder to climb out of that. Right. There is no way. And I guess I can kind of take that back, because I know from a friend who was on disability, did the back to work program and ended up going back to work. And there is like a 9-month period where they let you keep getting your check as you get into your new job to make sure that you can do it. Right. So there are some programs out there, but I think it's trapping people that are in poverty instead of showing them a way to get out of it is a problem. And for people that complain, oh, we're giving money for free and nobody's working anymore and that kind of stuff, there is a certain amount of them that are trapped, like it says. So I agree with Chuck.
Well, especially if you take out the disability part of it and just focus on the poverty part, there is absolutely no ladder out. It's either all or none. And there's no transition period. You get a job and you're waiting for that first paycheck, or you're trying to get caught up on all the bills that you've missed. Well, then all of a sudden you lose your food benefits because now you're making money, but you're still 3 months behind on your bills.
And now you went full time and you lost your health care.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not your health care, or your child care assistance or something like that.
And your health care,
They don't make it easy.
No. All right. Did I do that one? Yeah, I did that one.
You did. All right. Trick-or-treating. Every other day of the year we preach, don't talk to strangers. Don't take candy from strangers. Don't pretend to be someone you're not. Don't walk around after dark. And then it's Halloween and we go, hey, you can do it all.
Just this one night, though. It's like the purge. Only with candy.
Wow, Chuck, don't say that.
I love how I said the purge and suddenly your mask got bigger.
It did.
and more gleeful. All right. This one. Yeah. When you guilt trip people for sleeping in, a lot of people work better at night. Plus, it's so hot during the day. And just because you get up at 5 p.m. and go to bed at 8 p.m. doesn't mean you're better than the person who sleeps till 9 a.m. and goes to bed at midnight.
I had a friend that would shame me for that. If he called in the afternoon and I was still in bed.
Yeah.
And how I got him to stop, I said, listen, I work swing shift. And then sometimes I go out when I get off at 11 before I go home. I said, so it's not a problem. It'd be a problem if I was like you and didn't have a job. And he stopped picking on me.
Well, when I was younger, I bartended, and then I got into catering and working in hotels, and I would work till sometimes 3, 4 in the morning. And,
Mhm.
I'd get home and I'd sleep till 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And even my own roommates who knew my work schedule would be like, oh, why do you sleep through the whole day? Well, because I didn't go to bed till 7 o'clock in the morning. Like,
And those people that work graves, they can't, as you know, you don't get off at 7 in the morning and then crawl right into bed. You go home, you eat, watch a little TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Watch the Sally Jesse Raphael show.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow, those are some bad days.
Right?
Okay.
That's bringing some times back, huh?
Mhm.
All right. Where were we?
I think we're treating each other.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, treating each other like garbage. What happened to good old-fashioned common courtesy? And this happens at work, community, home, the street. And, come on, people, just be nice to your fellow human here. I know some people are really difficult to be nice to, but same concept applies.
That common courtesy has really taken a hit over since a little bit before COVID.
Yeah.
It's really taken a hit. All right.
Not so common.
I'm going to skip that one. That'll cause some controversy.
Mm-hmm.
I like this. It's other things that, how did this start off? What was it? Society accepts that are kind of weird. Socially acceptable for a man to go off without a shirt and show his nipples. But as soon as a woman does, it's bad, even if she's nursing a baby. That's totally true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grossed out by a guy without his shirt on, especially
Yeah,
if they got the dad bod. It's like, oh, don't want to see that.
Yeah, I think that's one that maybe should change the other direction. Instead of being acceptable for all, maybe acceptable for none.
Yeah, because I know when I see myself in the mirror, it's like, oh, it's Halloween. That's right.
Yeah. I think maybe yeah, equality. That's what we're striving for here, Scott. So,
Yeah. Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Is it me or you?
I think it's me. So the color's dictating what gender your baby is. That's a little odd. So this person says, my 4-month-old daughter wore a blue shirt this weekend, and everyone acted as if I was abusing her. And the whole pink means girl and blue means boy thing, that was fairly, I don't remember exactly where that came from, but I remember looking into that, and it's been fairly recent. It used to have no connotation anyway. It's been, I think, just in the last 100 years, maybe that's really started becoming a thing. So, yeah.
Teachers are going to love this one. So here you go. Numbers of hours teachers are expected to work beyond their contracted hours, unpaid, to make sure lessons plans are completed and grades are done. They're working off the clock a lot of times. And I know some teachers even dig into their own wallets for supplies for their classrooms and stuff. So.
Yeah. You hear a lot of back and forth about that, and you hear the other side that argues, oh, the teachers get paid plenty of money. No, they don't. And plus, they have to deal with your kids. So
I had a friend of mine say that to me the other day. He said somebody was making $50 an hour, and that's obscene, and that's ridiculous. And I said, wait a minute. Do you realize $50 an hour is only $100,000 a year?
Yeah.
I mean, that's barely above poverty level. I realize it sounds insane, but it's not. So a teacher out there making $60,000, $75,000 a year with a family, that's not great money anymore.
No.
It sounds like it should be. And I told him, I said, you know what your problem is? You've gotten old.
Yeah. Well, especially I think right now the median teacher salary is still at about $65,000.
Yeah, that is not big money. Sorry.
Yeah, right now in this economy,
that's big money to you if you're like me and worked in radio your whole life, but it's not big money.
No, it hasn't been big money in 20 years.
No. Chuck understands what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I understand. Also, the number of hours radio station managers are expected to work beyond their contract hours.
Oh.
You know what?
Shut up, Wesley.
I'm not.
You want to be on the ship or off the ship?
I'm not expected to. I do it because I love it.
I'm teasing. I know you'd have to,
right?
Poor Chuck.
I mean, if you have money out there you want to give me, I'll take it. But it would be nice.
Look at Chuck working for a raise while he's on the air.
I know, right? Hey,
this is what he called me and said last night.
I wish I had a dime for every dime I have.
Right? You got. Actually, I called Scott last night. I said, Scott, you got $1? just for a cup of coffee, maybe.
Nice. I'll PayPal it to you.
Oh, okay, thank you. The next one here, and I do agree. This is weird. The Uber and Lyft system.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really strange to get in a stranger's personal vehicle and have them drive you around, especially when you use it the most in a city you're unfamiliar with, and don't otherwise have transportation. And I got to admit, when we travel, we use Uber and Lyft, and we bring the kids in the car and everything, and luckily haven't had a problem. But those stories are out there, and some of them are pretty scary.
I think it's more dangerous to be a single person in that car.
Yeah,
and a female. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Have you ever been in a car with some of these cabbies? Ooh.
Yeah.
I've been in Alaska. I've taken some cabs before that I really legitimately wasn't sure if I was going to get out of that car alive. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Everything digital. I'm tired of seeing everything and holding nothing. Streaming movies and TV, digital photos, e-reader books, downloading music. Give me a DVD, a photo album, a book, or a CD, please. I'm the opposite. I'm okay with everything being digital and decluttered.
I am 100% digital. I like paper files. Yuck. No, thank you. And plus, what happens when there's a fire and that file cabinet burns down? Everything in there is gone. You have no backup, no records.
The only thing I wish I had was my record collection. That's the only physical thing that's went digital that I can think of that I wish I had was my old vinyl collection, and that's just nostalgia.
When you don't, that's one of those again. You don't get that sound.
Yeah,
and the sound I think is nostalgic, not so much for the quality of the sound.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
it wasn't better. It was different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay,
well,
next one.
This next one here, it definitely applies here now, especially after these last few insanely hot summers. This person lives in Las Vegas, and so you can literally die from the heat, but the energy rates keep climbing, and it's just not an option to turn off your AC. Yep.
Wow.
Same here. You can't. I mean, when your house gets 110 degrees inside the house, you gotta have something. Yeah.
Well, or you die. People die in these heat waves.
And then,
all right,
and then the energy companies raise your rates. Yep.
Award shows. They're basically Employee of the Year awards for multimillionaires that none of us could ever be a part of. I like that.
Yeah. And when you look at the Academy Awards, they're basically political. They're not necessarily based on the quality of the films or the performances. They're based on the amount of votes they get and the campaigns that get put into giving those movies and actors the awards.
And what's weird about it too is, as a sci-fi buff and lover of action films and science fiction, is typically your highest grossing movies. I mean, if you go with the top 10 right now, highest grossing movies ever, the only one that isn't science fiction is Titanic.
Yeah.
That's the only one. But yet science fiction shows never win Academy Awards.
Never. And they're some of the best shows out there.
Yes, and as a science fiction actors, they never get Best Actor, even though their movie made more than any other movie. That's kind of ridiculous.
One of the greatest actors of our time, Patrick Stewart, never won anything for playing Captain Picard.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So,
all right, last one, Chuck.
Okay, last one here. And honestly, we talked about this a little bit ago. Our health insurance, at least in the United States, being tied to our job. If you're laid off or have to leave your job due to outside circumstances, just better hope you don't need to see a doctor. It's what our employment. It's crazy that our employment determines if we get provided health care, and we get to live or die. And where in the world did this start? How does your job have anything to do with your health insurance?
I remember back in the 90s getting laid off, and I was freaking out about the health insurance, and the company said, "Well, don't worry, they make Cobra available. It's available by law for 6 or 9 months, a year, whatever it happens to be." Yeah, it was 5 times what I had to pay normally off my paycheck.
Yeah, you
like that. Great. They passed the law that they're going to force you to force an employer to provide health insurance for X amount of time, but at a rate that you could never afford. That's as much as your monthly pay was. That's not helping anybody.
Well, here's another thing I see about this, and this goes back to history, and culturally, our cultures are defined, our history is defined by our culture, our art, our food, our music, and tying yourself down to a job that you don't like, that you also refuse to leave because of your health insurance is ridiculous, and I think it hurts us as a culture. I think it hurts us. It hurts us artistically.
Massive depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have people, and it's not good mentally to stick around in a job that you despise just because, I need the health insurance. Like, no.
I went through a period. I'm not going to say where I was working and what job it was or anything like that, but I went for a period where I was very stressed out, concerned of what might happen, and I was driving myself nuts. And I have somebody close to me that's doing the same thing, so I shared the story with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I said how I came out of that. I was like, what's important in your life? I mean, what's really important? Because you're killing yourself worrying about this job, but what's really important? And that's what I asked myself, and I went, my girls. I mean, I can get fired, I could quit tomorrow, my girls are still going to love me.
Yeah.
The people that I care about are still going to care about me. And that's what's important. You and the people that care about you. Your job is not. So if your job's making that miserable, and this person doesn't want to give up the job because it pays really well, and it's not worth what it's doing to you. You have to get to that point, though.
Well, especially sometimes people take that home to their family, and it affects their family life. So
Yep. Yeah. Keep it in perspective. There's always, it might not be the job or the pay you wanted, but there's change. So many people I think today are afraid of change, and change is a good thing. Going backwards never works.
Nope.
Thank you. And remember that come Tuesday.
Yeah.
Did I say that out loud?
Right.
Don't worry. It's just the devil talking.
Now Scott's going to stand up his soapbox and get 6 inches taller.
All right. Let's go to break, Chuck. I think we better thank some sponsors and check in the news, and we'll get rebooted and come back. We'll have local birthdays, today in history, goofy holidays, the odd news, and if we have some free time, we didn't get trivia in, we'll hit that too. But you have to stay right here on Northern Lights Public Radio, and then let me do it for Halloween.
Okay.
KCHW 102.7.
Nice outro.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Go.
Plastic blobs, ghost goop, garlic reeds, and other miscellaneous supernatural knickknacks.
It's 8:21.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
and by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, October the 31st, 2024. I'm Mike Clifford. With 6 days now left in the 2024 presidential race, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald J. Trump hopscotched the battleground states as they sought to wring support from an electorate already in the full throes of early voting. That from the New York Times. They report that both candidates began their day with rallies in North Carolina and plan to end it with events in Wisconsin, with Harris adding a stop in between in Pennsylvania, a signal about which states remain most competitive as Election Day nears. Before a crowd of thousands in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Ms. Harris offered herself as a president who would recruit competing voices into her White House and not, as Mr. Trump has done, cast them as the nation's enemies. And a new survey of public company audit firms reveals businesses are concerned the upcoming election could impact their financial performance.
The Center for Audit Quality found more than 60% of roughly 1,200 audit partners surveyed worry about potential disruptions. Still, the center's CEO, Julie Bell Lindsay, says few companies are adjusting their business strategies.
So it suggests that while businesses expect some market turbulence and some uncertainty, they feel equipped to navigate through that.
Delta Airlines recently said election-related uncertainty would impact its fourth quarter revenue as consumers hold off on discretionary spending. Bell says geopolitical concerns also remain a top risk factor for businesses as conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East continue to impact the global economy. Despite ongoing resilience, audit partners' outlook for the economy over the next year is only neutral, with most believing a recession is likely on the horizon. I'm Catherine Carley.
Meantime, the uproar over racist jokes at the Madison Square Garden rally for former President Trump has put a spotlight on the increasing influence of right-leaning comedians.
Colorado State University Associate Professor Nick Marks, author of the book That's Not Funny, How the Right Makes Comedy Work for Them, says comedy has become politically weaponized, especially over the past decade, and money is the main driver of division and partisanship.
It absolutely plays into the polarization of the United States on virtually every political issue. They're trying to create different sets of in-groups and out-groups with their comedy.
In some ways, this is nothing new. Marx says comedy has always created two groups, a laugher and a laughee, the butt of the joke. He says what has changed since the rise of Trump is that conservative comics are no longer confined to niche right-wing comedy spaces. They're reaching more mainstream audiences through platforms like Netflix. I'm Eric Galatas.
Along the bastion of liberal-leaning shows, including Saturday Night Live and The Daily Show, comics lobbing political jabs from the right perspective are gaining ground through popular podcasts such as the Joe Rogan Experience. This is Public News Service. We head next to Wisconsin, where state law says a student ID can be used for voting, but only some schools issue state-compliant identification.
On some campuses, students need to request a special ID that includes their photo, legal name, signature, issuing date, and expiration date. The time between the issuing date and expiration date was previously limited to 2 years, but a recent change now allows a student to use an expired ID with proof of enrollment. Kristen Hansen with Common Cause in Wisconsin works with college students to help them vote. She says state law just makes it difficult.
This is one of the things that is a mystery, is a school already knows the student is who they say they are. They've already provided identification to the school. And so the ID that the school gives should be enough without all this other nonsense attached to it.
I'm Judith Ruiz Branch reporting.
And a new report finds Project 2025's policies would increase annual energy costs for Nevadans by more than $230 per household by the year 2030.
That's scary to 26-year-old Caitlin Gachalian, who says she's fortunate to have a good-paying job, but can't afford to see her energy bills skyrocket even more.
I have a daughter that I put into daycare that is competing with all the other bills that I have to pay for, including utilities. Utility bills are high and they keep getting higher. It's no longer really affordable to live anywhere.
Gachalian says she's living paycheck to paycheck and fears the dream of owning a home could stay that way. She encourages voters to elect officials who will work to address their concerns and needs. And while clean energy advocates say Project 2025 would derail the nation's clean energy transition, conservatives argue the plan is about government accountability and taking power back from the political establishment. I'm Alex Gonzalez reporting.
Next, Hispanic families that fish to put food on the table are disproportionately affected by mercury that accumulates in seafood in Southern California.
Surveys at 10 piers in LA and Orange counties found that 60% of the anglers were Latino and native Spanish speakers, and that 78% of them were fishing to feed their families. Sofia Barboza with Hispanic Access Foundation says those families are exposed to toxins in fish from polluted waters.
We found that Hispanic anglers in California are actually ingesting an average of 13.9 micrograms of mercury per day via fish consumption that they had caught in local waters. And this is double the amount of mercury that has been determined as safe by the EPA.
I'm Suzanne Potter.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Hear us on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our content and trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
See that the humans remain entertained until the end.
All right.
Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. We will strive to keep you entertained to the end. We're back with myself, Chuck Ritchie, and Scott Allen. Or can we say your character's name on the air, Scott?
What? Hellboy?
Yeah, we can say that. We can say that.
You're missing out if you're not watching the video feed.
You had a great one during the mask, or during the break, like some sort of cracked mask thing with all the sort of shattered glass behind it. It was kind of creepy.
Oh, it's called an AI Godhead. You want to see it?
Yeah, I do. Ooh,
that's kind of freaky, huh?
I kind of like that one. It's very Whovian.
I like that the lips move when I talk.
Yeah, that one's the creepiest because it's the whole screen. I kind of like that one.
Spider web.
I like that one.
All right. How about some local birthdays for Halloween?
Yes. Oh, you know what? And I gotta envy people with Halloween birthdays. So we have Ian Hume with a birthday, but this one's kind of even cooler because these people chose this date, and I admire you and I respect you. Clyde and Nancy Miller, you have an anniversary. You decided to go ahead and get married on Halloween. That is the kind of dedication I can endorse.
All right, something for them. Reminds them of their wedding.
And you know what? If you are another lucky fellow or a smart person that got married on Halloween and your name wasn't on this calendar, that's because you did not get signed up for the Chula Valley Lions Club calendar last year, which we're running out of time. I believe there's only a day or two left to get those submissions in for next year's calendar. So you might want to grab, if you're going to be out and about at Boo Fest tonight, I'm sure someone from the Chamber of Commerce will be out and about. Melissa Allerding is a good person to grab. You can grab a couple other people from the Lions Club to get your name on that calendar and order your calendars for next year, because I believe the deadline is tomorrow. So
Whoa,
yeah,
not much. All right.
And with that said, I'm ripping off October's page on the calendar.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
You know, I never got married on Halloween, even though I'm a big fan of Halloween.
Yeah.
But I did get divorced 3 times, and it felt like Halloween.
Oh.
All right, maybe not. Here we go. Celebrity birthdays today. Dan Rather, 93. Wow, 93. Deidre Hall from Days of Our Lives, 77. Jane Pauley, 74. Peter Jackson, the director, 63. Now, he did the Lord of the Rings movies and the King Kong ones, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. Or at least one of the King Kong ones. Dermot Mulroney from Shameless and TV's The Purge, 61. Rob Schneider, 61. Mike O'Malley from Sully and Glee is 58. Rob Van Winkle, who is actually Vanilla Ice Baby, is 57.
Yeah. He's doing the backyard pool makeover shows on HGTV now, right?
Yeah, he had to have another career.
Yeah,
Come on.
right.
Piper Perabo from The Prestige and Covert Affairs 48. Letitia Wright from Shuri in the Black played Shuri in the Black Panther and Marvel film. She's awesome, 31.
She is.
And Willow Smith right now, 24. On to history with Chuck Ritchie.
Yeah, so 1963 at the Indiana State Fair Coliseum in Indianapolis, an explosion killed 74 people during an ice skating show and injured 400. Faulty propane tank connection in a concession stand was blamed. Yikes.
Oh, we should skip that one. Wow.
Yeah, right? I started reading it very happy because I didn't read the rest of it about an Indiana State Fair. Yikes. Okay.
1990, singer Billy Idol, always fun, dumped 600 dead fish on his opening act. Faith No More.
I can understand that.
Yeah, it all happened during a Seattle concert, and he put 4 pigs and a goat in their dressing room. A group retaliated by parading naked on stage during Idol's encore song.
Well, that sounds like a fun feud. You know, I was a Faith No More fan very briefly in the 90s. You know, they had like 1 or 2 decent songs, and recently in the last 10 years or so, I made the mistake. I wonder what those guys are up to now, and I Googled them. And then I got Faith No More stuck in my algorithm for like a year and a half. Every time any news story came up, any video came up about Faith No More, I got it in my feed.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it was a lot. They did not age well. All right, 2000.
Definitely. Okay, go ahead.
sorry. What were you going to say something?
Nothing. Nope.
Okay,
I'm good.
Okay. 2002, a 4-year-old Austrian boy was so disgusted by his grandmother's plum dumplings, he dialed 911 for help. The dispatcher pleaded with the boy to go give grandmother's dumplings another chance. He finally agreed and hung up.
Okay, then.
We had this conversation the other day about the funny thing kids call 911 about. and I remember once as a child, I think kindergarten had a crush on a girl in the class, and I called 911 because I wanted her phone number. They did not help me. No.
Skip the next one.
Yes, I will. Was it my turn again?
Yes.
Okay.
You're doing them all.
Oh, yeah. 2007, shoppers had to dive for cover when a cloud of smoke settled over a neighborhood in London, England. Witnesses said the smoke smelled like chemicals, and a terror alert was called as a hazmat team responded. It took 3 hours to trace the cloud to its source. The source, Scott Allen. Oh wait, no. Sorry. The fire crew smashed through the door of a kitchen of a Thai restaurant, which was cooking up a 6-month supply of chili paste.
Ew.
Well, Stinky Pete, I think it's time you learned the true meaning.
You know, a few years ago, remember the stories about the sriracha factory? They had to close down the sriracha factory for a while because of complaints from the neighboring community, and they had to petition. They had to petition to be able to reopen the sriracha factory. And apparently, it's like all the sriracha that you buy was made at that one factory. So
it was the way it works in America.
It was quite the ordeal, yeah. Last one here in 2017, a judge in Maui ordered a man to write his ex-girlfriend 144 compliments after violating a protection order and sending 144 nasty text messages.
That's an awful lot.
That is, you know, if there's like a restraining order against you, then all of a sudden getting a bunch of creepy compliments, I don't know if that's helpful. Yeah.
All right, Chuck, we move on to special events, but before we get there, I want to say some thank yous this morning we missed. Catherine Patton jumping in this morning with a good morning. Also, Wendy jumped in. Wendy says, Happy Halloween from Springdale. Everybody have a safe day. Thank you.
Yes.
And that's not Wendy. That's Wendy.
Yeah. As well as
and,
Craig.
Our own Craig McQuain jumping in there. Good morning, Scott and Chuck.
Well, and Catherine, of course, the director of our Christmas play that we just had the auditions for. Which went really well, and we're excited. We got our first read through this weekend, and we're getting those.
So you got your cast, nice.
Yeah.
Also, a check-in this morning from Blake, sending one. All right, Blake and Wendy. Somebody sent a thumbs up, and somebody sent a laughing face. So we must be doing okay. All right, let's move on, get back to where I was supposed to be for all that. Special events today. Books for Treats Day. All right, maybe you don't want to give out candy, give out something different. Make sure it's fun, though. All right, Girl Scouts Founders Day, Doorbell Day, Carve a Pumpkin Day, Caramel Apple Day, Candy Apple Day, Increase Your Psychic Powers Day. How'd that
Wow,
work?
it worked.
All right.
It worked, Scott.
All right.
Good job. Good job.
Knock knock jokes day. Chuck, do you have a favorite knock knock joke you would like to share with us? That's clean.
Oh, not off the top of my head. I got put on the spot. I can't think of anything.
All right, see if you can come up with one
Okay,
in 10 seconds. All right, National Magic Day. Well, that goes along really good with Halloween. Scare a Friend Day, that too. Magic Day. Sneak some candy yourself before the kids start knocking day. World Savings Day, and of course, Halloween. All right, number of the day comes from Chuck Ritchie.
Okay, let's see. Before we go, ow! Ooh, I got a little cramp in my leg. Do you want a knock knock joke?
Yeah, I want to hear your knock knock joke.
Okay. Let me see. Let's see. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Etch.
Etch who?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had a cold, Scott. Gesundheit. Yeah, that was bad. I had to look one up real quick because I'm lame.
All right. Can I get a little more volume from you?
A little more volume.
Little more volume. And let's see, we can move on to a few news and nuggets this morning. New survey finds the busiest travel day of the 2024 holiday season will be December 23rd, which is a Monday this year. People will be heading out for Christmas. And Chuck with a little news on something I'm really proud of. The National Beard and Mustache Championships.
Wait. I was on another screen and I totally lost where we are, Scott.
2024 National Beard and Mustache Championships will take place on Saturday, November 2nd in downtown Everett, Washington. That's all right. We can all go. This annual event celebrates facial hair in various categories, including mustaches, partial beards, craft beards, and full beards. And don't forget, with great mustache comes great responsibility.
And to be honest, I'm back on track. I see where we are, but to be honest with you, I was reeling. I had the thought of traveling on December 23rd in my head, and it kind of gave me like that claustrophobic, like spine tingles.
Could be a bad.
Of a big no, thank you, no, thank you, no. All right, so the next one here, 7 in 10 adults believe their partner has selective hearing. What?
Huh?
Huh? And men, of course, are worse than women. Selective hearing is when you ask your partner to do something, they conveniently don't hear what you said. During the course of a typical week, men won't hear what their partner is saying. In air quotes, won't hear what their partner is saying on 7 occasions. In comparison, women will do the same 6 times a week. However, the survey found that 25% of those who say their partner has selective hearing know with certainty their other half sometimes actually has struggles to hear.
What?
My wife is always accusing me of this, but I just don't hear her.
Don't talk to me while I'm watching Star Trek.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, come on.
So we have this weird phenomenon in our house. So our living room ceiling is very tall. You go into the kitchen and the kitchen ceiling is very short. And we have this little, I guess you call it a soffit in between the two where it's only like door height, where there's this big long beam that goes across.
Okay.
And it creates, I call it a sound curtain. Because you can be in the kitchen and it's just whatever happens with the sound waves in that room, it just blocks everything from reaching the kitchen. And you can be looking somebody straight in the face and their lips are moving. You can't hear a word they're saying.
That sounds like an awesome excuse.
But when somebody's in the kitchen talking to you in the living room, you can hear everything. But when it's the other way around, you can't hear anything that anybody in the living room is saying. It's bizarre.
Right. So. I like that. Sound curtain.
Okay. There's a sound curtain that blocks all sounds from going into our kitchen. It's bizarre.
Only circles your wife. I got it.
Yep.
All right. Research indicates Americans, the British and the French are all predisposed to being grumpier than nations such as Denmark because they possess a short-form version of the gene which regulates the amount of serotonin, the chemical which controls happiness within the brain. According to the study, the Danes, who regularly top happiness surveys of the nations, enjoy a longer form of the gene, while Britons, Americans, and the French possess a shorter version, resulting in a miserable attitude. Look at me.
Right? You're making me miserable. Oh, I didn't mean
Americans who descended from Danish or Dutch immigrants were happier as a result of inheriting the longer gene. And so I'm guessing the Germans got a really, really short gene.
Right?
Yeah. Everything they say sounds angry. Guten Tag.
Right?
You can't even say you're hungry nice. Ich bin sehr Hunger.
Right. Wow.
Or even I love you. Ich liebe dich. None of it sounds nice.
No, and Russian too is very angry sounding language.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep,
Enough
yep.
of that.
Yep. Let's see here. I'm gonna skip the next. Nobody cares about that. So a study from the University of California in Irvine found that 10 minutes of mild exercise can immediately alter how certain parts of the brain communicate and coordinate with each other, and improve your memory function. Ooh. The findings suggest that exercise does not need to be prolonged or intense to benefit the brain, and the effects can begin far more quickly than any of us might expect.
Wow. So do we have 10 minutes right now, Chuck?
Yeah, let's go. Okay. No.
Trotting in place. Trotting in place.
Here.
Trotting in
How's
place.
this?
Trotting in place.
Does it look like I'm going?
Look good on the camera.
That makes me reconsider using that gym membership I pay for every month.
Ooh. All right. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Especially when you're on an airplane, Chuck.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
Except flight attendants are now warning us about the unsanitary state of airplane toilet paper. Why? Because the disposable squares provided in aircraft lavatories are often contaminated with urine. How? Blame the men. Flight attendant named Kate shared on social media, it's got men's, on it because they don't know how to control it.
I love the quote. They don't know how to control that thing.
Thank you, Kate. Wow. That wasn't very nice at all.
It's such a tiny little space in there. I don't know how it can be sanitary anyway.
No. Heaven forbid you sneeze or cough.
You know, one of the worst traveling bathroom conditions I've ever seen was on a train.
Ooh.
Used to use a train quite a bit. I actually worked on a train for a while, and it was the bathrooms on that train. It was a very old train car, probably from the 60s. It was still in operation. Bathrooms hadn't been updated or cleaned. It was gross. Very bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah.
All right. Chuck, you're off the hook for trivia because it is 8:45 as we head to Odd News.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your Odd News on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, we always kick off the Odd News with the news attack, where the first sentence is true and the second sentence is a horrible joke. And here comes Chuck Ritchie.
Scott, I got to ask really quick, with that mask on, are you actually mouthing the words as they say them, or is it picking up the sound and making the lips move with the mask?
I think it tracks your lip movements.
Okay, because were you mouthing the words?
I was.
Okay.
And then I crowed like the rooster. Yeah, that was me.
Because your mask was making the sounds. All right. So the World Series ended last night. I believe you said the Dodgers won.
Yes.
Now we have to wait an entire year before America ignores baseball again.
Too long.
You know, I got to say, I was in a place the other day where they had lots of screens on and we're watching a baseball game. People were watching very, very excitedly, and I wasn't looking at what they were watching. I assumed they were watching football or something. And I turned around and baseball was on, and it kind of caught me off guard to see a group of people that excited, and then a baseball game came on. I'm just saying. It's kind of like I love going to the field and watching a game and eating the hot dogs, but on TV, it's kind of like watching paint dry.
All right, next one. A cat in Italy woke up its owner when it sensed a fire in her apartment. Probably wasn't that. Cat probably woke her up because it was past mealtime.
Oh, yeah, no kidding, right?
Good kitty, though. Good kitty.
Good kitty. According to a study, a couple's first child makes them feel ecstatic. The second, so-so. And the third, whatever. God, no wonder Bobby and Cindy Brady were so screwed up. Oh.
Yeah, you're tired by the time those last ones come around.
Right?
All right. Spider webs encased in amber were confirmed by scientists as being the world's oldest on record. I don't know. I've got some pretty old spider webs on my treadmill.
Yeah, right? And that jacket I pulled out of storage the other day, that was fun. Ooh. A study found that people don't get sad about entering middle age, but they get happier. Is that true? As long as the kids don't move back in,
I know once you pass 50, it's all downhill.
right?
According just knows, Chuck.
I know.
According to a survey, you can judge a potential mate by the condition of the back seat of their car. What? Like if it's made into like a camping bed?
Yeah.
Okay. No, for example, if there's a lot of dried blood, wedding ceremony will be scheduled during visiting hours at the prison.
Right.
Wow. That's a good one for Halloween, though.
Wow. Okay. A study found Americans shoot each other in a fit of rage every 17 hours. Yikes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why, like we talked about earlier, I only travel by Uber and ask the Uber driver to lie me down in the trunk.
Research found that the happy Americans are listening to Chuck's jokes.
Mm-hmm. As always.
No. Research found that the happiest Americans are the oldest, which is just the opposite of what we just read. Clearly, the buffet discount counts for more than we think.
Right? That 10% makes all the difference.
Yeah. Smile on your face. So here we go to Wacky But True. Don't add anything to these stories, but crazy sound effects from television shows and movies. Chuck.
Is it a 10% discount, Scott?
It is now.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I'm lucky.
A man was abandoned inside an ambulance in Egypt for more than 5 hours after its driver forgot about him and went home. What? The 75-year-old man was trapped inside the vehicle at an ambulance depot until he was found at 1:15 a.m. The driver was supposed to take him back to his home after he left the hospital. But after dropping off 3 other patients, the driver took the vehicle back to the depot and locked it up for the night.
He must have been napping.
Holy cow.
I'm still back here.
The Forsaken and the Abandoned.
There's no one on board, sir. According to the log, the crew abandoned ship right after takeoff.
Listen to me, listen. Why is he hiding? Why doesn't he trust anybody? Because the first thing that happened to him, he was abandoned by the people who were supposed to love him the most.
Oh, come on, don't give me that.
I'm still alive. I'm not dead yet. Wow.
On to North Carolina, where a man was captured on video riding his horse through town while drinking a beer, proudly informing concerned passerbys about state DUI laws. The key to his message: you can't get drunk and get a DUI on a horse in the state of North Carolina. Look it up. Look it up. Now I can get a DUI when I do my buggy, but I can't get a DUI on my horse. Despite his tipsy state, he was correct. North Carolina's DWI statute specifically excludes horses from their vehicle definition. Totally safe.
Well, I mean, at that point, are you in control of the horse, or is the horse in control? Well, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, but I have this horse montage that might help.
Hey, what's going on? Where did you get the horse?
Look at that, Apu. It's not every day you see a horse with 2 rear ends.
What, is he here now?
No, I don't see him around now. But I smell him.
Smell him?
Yes, he's got a breath that would stun a horse.
Something brought you here, Flynn Rider. Call it what you will. Fate, destiny.
A horse.
I love horses. I love horses. I love horses. What is a horseshoe? What does a horseshoe do? Are there any horse socks? Is anybody listening to me?
Anyways, Frau Blücher.
Last sound effect, what movie was it from? Chuck Ritchie.
That was from the, of course, the great Young Frankenstein. And rest in peace, Terry Garr, who was in that movie, who passed away yesterday.
Frau Blücher. Yeah, very sad about Terry.
We actually had absolutely a legendary actress. We had a long, that conversation, of course, led into the complete history of Mel Brooks movies yesterday. So good stuff. And my kids have never seen and don't understand any of the references to Young Frankenstein. I have failed as a parent. They can, however, quote Spaceballs from beginning to end because I've seen that movie about 1,000 times. Yeah,
that makes up for it a little bit.
A little bit. They went through a phase, probably 10 to 12 years old, where they wanted to watch Spaceballs like every day, 2-3 times a day. You know, kids go through that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was not upset because I was right there with them. Like, put on Spaceballs again.
Yeah, if you didn't understand the last sound effect in the movie, every time they say Frau Blucher, a horse whinnies somewhere.
With, of course, the great Cloris Leachman playing Frau Blucher.
Yes.
Yes. Also
All right,
amazing.
it's
Yeah,
back to you,
sorry.
Chuck.
Okay, a man in India sued the makers of a body wash for men after he failed to land a single girlfriend during 3 years of using their products.
Guess his name.
What? I don't know. Tell me his name.
Stinky Pete.
Well, Stinky Pete, I think it's time you learned the true meaning of playtime.
Good heavens. Was that me? Oh my. I am so sorry. I guess that's why they call me Stinky Pete.
Yep.
You really are Stinky Pete, aren't you?
Precious Father, why have you given me this desire to wrestle and then made me such a stinky warrior?
Why at all? Why? Because it's stinky like you!
Desperation is a stinky cologne.
Sure is. Hope he gets that date.
Right? Someday maybe, buddy.
I wish they would have named the body wash, though. You know.
I know, right?
All right. Japan, we go to. A homeowner returned to his home one afternoon to find a 52-year-old man asleep on the floor upstairs. Apparently, the man had broken into his house with the intention of robbing it, but was so drunk that he fell asleep. I don't think this is the right sound effect, Chuck. Let me check.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's not the right sound effect. Yeah, not the right sound effect. So what would you say?
I thought you were heading into a joke there.
I really don't have one, except, well, let's do this. Yeah, I didn't. It was all real. So let's, here we go.
Surprise! Surprise!
Yep.
Scotty's on fire!
Not really.
Wow.
Oh, let me play this for myself.
You bob for apples in the toilet, and you like it!
Yep. All right, back to you, Chuck. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, so police in Romania arrested a blind man who stole a car, then smashed it in a tree and knocked himself out. Wow. The blind man said he did it to prove to his friend that he could do anything.
Okay, I got this one.
No, I'm just your average blind man.
You're such an amazing person. And, you know, if Batman can't see that, then he's just as blind as a guy whose eyes just stopped working.
Once there was a hawk that swooped down from the sky and plucked a man's eyeballs out of his sockets. The fellow was screaming, "I'm blind! I can't see! Oh, God! I can't get it off! I can't get it off!" And I can't wait to see what my buddies all think of me.
Yep.
Those were good, Scott. Good job.
Thank you. Couple more to come.
Yeah. Next one's yours.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, recycling couple was recently, reconciling. It'd have been better if they were a recycling couple.
Recycling, yeah.
They're not divorces. I'm recycling.
You didn't lose your wife. You lost your turn.
Reconciling company was recently apprehended engaging in public intimacy in Livonia, Georgia. The small town, located 95 miles northeast of Atlanta with a population of 2,100 residents, found itself in the spotlight due to the incident. The Livonia police took to Facebook to express their disbelief at a couple's lack of discretion, urging future visitors to refrain from such behavior. The rendezvous unfolded in broad daylight between a South Carolina woman and a Georgia man, leading to their arrest on charges of indecent exposure and disorderly contact. The couple was found in a grassy area between the McDonald's and the gas station, leading to public indecency complaints. And we're probably going to get one from this montage.
I'm so hungry I can eat a sandwich from a gas station.
Well, there's got to be a phone or a gas station around here somewhere, honey. And mark my words, this is the last night I take a bath in Fred's gasoline station.
Man at gas station tried to sell me.
She's his friend, sir. It's okay.
It's okay, McDonald's. What do you think they do there? They don't drink milkshakes, I assure you.
Oh, look at him, fellas. You crying, boy?
You crying, boy? Maybe we'll go back down to McDonald's and get you a Whamburger, some French fries. How about a Weineken?
They're not from McDonald's, are they?
I don't think so.
Remember the gas station?
Yeah, I'm doing the drywall up there at the new McDonald's.
That's what you call it. Excellent.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, last story is all you, Chuck Ritchie.
It is. In Ohio, police are issuing Halloween safety advisory after numerous reports of deer trapped with plastic pumpkin buckets stuck on their heads. Wow. Police have shared on social media that they have been responding to distress calls regarding deer with plastic Halloween buckets obstructing their faces.
I wonder if anybody in Chihuahua has seen that yet.
Oh, dear. Sorry.
Oh, dear. This could be a problem. Excellent. Here we go. Let's check it out.
Where are we going? To the reindeer games.
And there's a free bucket helmet with every purchase. Bucket helmets for everyone.
Don't use the bucket. It'll just confuse you.
They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game.
Whoa, hold up there a second, Fuzz Bucket. The reindeer can't see an inch in front of their noses.
Phew, I'm Anna.
And who's the funky-looking donkey over there?
That's Sven.
Uh-huh. And who's the reindeer?
Sven?
Well, the poor thing, I hit him in his, we hit the deer in his paw, what do you call it?
The paw.
The big hoof. The hoof got caught in that grill. I gotta hack it off.
I just got this bucket back together. I'm not gonna let something tear it apart.
That's right. The hoof. It's a hoof.
Haven't seen a deer in a pumpkin, but I saw a squirrel in a plastic jug of peanuts.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Poor thing. It was having a hard time getting out. Kind of had a panic attack. Yeah.
Oh, was the lid on it, Chuck?
No, the lid was not on it. It got out.
Did you pick it up and shake the squirrel out?
Well, it was a very intense, very short panic attack of about 5 seconds, with a lot of chaos in between. All right.
I'm pretty sure after looking at myself on the screen today, I need to go out and get a Hellboy mask.
Right? Yeah. You do. It suits you, especially with the hair. Have you seen the new movies?
I have. They're awesome. So.
Really? I haven't seen the new one yet. I'm having a hard time. I'm a huge fan of Ron Perlman, and of course Guillermo del Toro, who did the first series.
But see, the new Hellboy is, and I can't remember his name. It's the guy from Stranger Things, the cop.
Yeah. It's
doing movies. He played Evil Santa last Christmas.
Yeah.
He does a great job in it.
Which the Santa movie was great.
Don't be scared, Chuck.
I'm a little scared. I haven't heard great reviews, but I'm gonna delve in there.
Okay.
Yep,
do it.
I will.
All right, what's on the radio tonight? You mentioned War of the Worlds. Let's go over that again. What time's it playing?
Yeah, so at 8 o'clock, we are going to be airing the original 1939 broadcast of War of the Worlds. And really, really excited about that. Then from 8 to 9, or from 9 to 10 p.m., we will be having an hour of spooky Halloween music. Excellent. And then from 9 to 11, we will be doing the Acoustic Cafe. And I forgot to mention, from 6 to 8, we have the normal Out of the Woods. So there you go.
Is he doing a Halloween special he's done it before. Is he doing a Halloween special tonight by chance?
I would hope so. I'm going to listen to it and make sure that there is. If not, I might try to find an old one that is.
And then a side note for you programming, for people that like the War of the Worlds story, we have another version in our LA Theater Works library that was done a few years back. It's an hour version of War of the Worlds, and it's done by the cast of The Next Generation.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
All right. Next Generation and original series. Leonard Nimoy is the star actor in it.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. I might have to go find that one too. I think tonight I want to play the original 1939 version.
Oh yeah.
But that might be a fun one to maybe play Sunday night.
Yeah. All right. And then what do you got for your Friday, November 1st, on the radio tomorrow?
Yeah, so Friday, you can join us on the morning show with myself, Craig, and Paula. We're going to be talking about some local music happenings and things going on. And then tomorrow evening from 6 to 8 p.m., we have the best classic rock and more with Old Man Mark live in the studio. 8 to 10, we are trapped in the psychedelic era with The Hermit. Then from 10 to 11, we're sticking around with The Hermit for Days of Confusion. So there you go. And then that heads us into the weekend where it's going to be a rainy one.
Sorry, thought you were done. I was saying watch for kids tonight.
Yes, watch for kids. Slow down. I don't believe they're going to have Main Street open yet. I did see yesterday they have the new pavement down. They have the lines painted as of yesterday. I don't know if they're going to be removing those barricades today or not. Haven't heard one way or the other. But hopefully,
You can make it a little safer though.
yeah,
So
yeah, for those kids up and down. I kind of think it'd be nice to leave the barricades up. Not downtown, of course. So if you are downtown, be slow. Watch out. There will be kids in the street. Be patient. If you're not, if you don't have kids out there trick or treating, be patient and careful of those who do. So,
all right, and don't forget that you've got Bradley's Taekwondo at their location on Main Street with a haunted house for the adults,
right.
and then 710
West Valley Avenue, I believe. Isn't that where it
Okay,
is?
and that's the one for the kids, right?
Yep, correct.
All right.
Correct.
So
There
be
you go.
safe out there and have a great Halloween. Happy Halloween from everybody at KCHW 102.7. And I want to say a big thank you to the Chula Independent for always supporting Boo Fest and printing the map and stuff.
Yes.
They do that all out of the graciousness of their hearts. So thank you, Jared and Andrea.
Also,
And that's all I got, Chuck.
Also, for supporting our upcoming show here November 30th at KCHW, we're gonna have Two Stones, One Bird with Jacob Van Now and Ray Northwest opening up for them.
Cool.
Yeah,
Excellent.
It's gonna
Lots
be
of
good.
stuff coming up at the KCHW studios. We got a radio play on the way and a concert all before the holidays.
There you
right?
go. Have a great
All
day,
right.
everybody.
Where do you push the button?
What's that? You're waiting. Sorry.
Push the button.
Right.
I'm picking up a heavy, creepy vibe here.
Help me.
It's not a creepy vibe. That's just me.
Great job, team. Head back to base for debriefing and cocktails.
It's 9:05.